Hello, students of grade 10. Now we are discussing for the learning outcome 9 of week 7. This should be changed to week 6. Sorry. Okay. So we have warm up revision. Week 7. Warm up revision. Or 6. And then the PowerPoint for 15 minutes. We can watch a video for 5 minutes and practical work for about 30 minutes, and there is questions and answers as a quiz, online quiz, and reflection as exit ticket and homework. So we are working in blended learning as this online session. The learning outcome students, you will design programs involving the logical operators and the conditional statements. And we will see now what are the logical operators and the conditional statements. Beside it's used in the if statement and the switch case. We'll see the if statements and the switch case. This is if you are offline on the classroom, we will see this video. We are warming up, we studying or making a revision for the previous session, which about logical operators and relational operators, and how to write if statement program or a program which include if statement. So let's go ahead. The essential question, you have to think this for these questions. The logical operators, you have to design program including logical operators and give examples. Complex conditions including or mixing the logical operators and relational or arithmetic operators. Then you have to use a program these if statements and the switch statements in some programs, as we will see next. You have to create your program according to the situation or the problems or the challenge in your capstone project, where you have to write the syntax and the train in the syntax through W3 schools or solo learn or code force, or there are a lot of online websites which is rich in giving you examples and online platforms to be trained on the writing code. Some of them, like Solo Learn, give you a free online certificate on Python or any other programming language. So the evidence of learning, you have to in the end of this learning outcome, you have to create some project with a programming language like Python. Essential, you will use Python, not like Python. You will use Python using variables, constants, arithmetic, and assignment operators beside logic operators, if statements, and switch case. So the if statement. Now we are speaking about if statement, executing a group of statements only if a certain condition is true. So we have the diagram or the flow chart of the if statement. So I have the condition in the rhombus. You see, this is rhombus, this rhombus. So the condition is here. If the condition is true, so I will go to the arrow of yes or true and execute the statement or statements which is following this if condition, like this here. GPA equals 3.4. For some students, there is GPA, it's equals 3.4. If GPA greater than 2, so Brent, your application is accepted. And this is very simple. Okay? If it's not true, so it will not execute, your application is accepted. Okay? Next one. If else statement. So the previous was if. So there is you to execute the statements or go out, not executing anything. But here, if else. So we have the condition and we have two results, yes or no. If yes, we will execute the statements after yes. In case of true, in case of yes. But if the condition, the result is false, we will execute the statements after else. So we have the first example, GPA equals 1.4. If GPA more than 2, it's not, it's false. So it will execute after else. Print your application is denied. Okay? Easy. Note, you have to note the syntax, the if, and there is a نقطتين or quotation. You see this quotation? Ah, okay. And you have to note that there is a space. You have to go space print. It's not right in here, but it will go inside like this. Okay, and else in the same spacing of f. Okay, and the statements after else is inner. Okay, we have a nested if, which is multiple conditions can be claimed with elif. elif. So if condition is true, you will execute statements. If not, you have to go the next elif. Check after elif, the first elif. If the true, execute the statements after it. If not, check the next one, and then the next one until the last one, which after else. So if there is no conditions, you will execute the conditions as the statements after else. The final is else. Okay, and thanks for listening. We continue in this slide. The loops, types of loops. We have the while loop, we have the for loop, we have the do while loop. We will start with the while loop as an example, and there is complete and separate session for the types of loops we'll discuss later in the next learning outcome. Okay, so while loop executes a group of statements as long as condition is true. So it starts with condition. I am examining a condition. So while number less than a value, while this condition is true, I am doing the repetition. What is the repetition? The repetition of the statements after the while. In this example, I have two statements. The first statement, I will print the number. Okay, and the next one is a counter. And if this is a rule in loops, if there is a loop, there is a counter. If there is a loop, there is a counter. Search for the counter or create the counter. Why? You have to count, you have to increase or decrement this counter, because this will move it from step to another step in the loop. So the counter here is the number, and I increase this number by 2. So number equals number plus 2, and then go back and examine number. Is it still less than 200? Yes. So do print number. So you see, you are repeating these two statements. Print the number and add 2 to the number. So what happened? You are because the number starts with 1, so you are printing 1, then what? The number is 1, then you increase number by 2. Okay, so you will print number 1 plus time. Sorry, this is not plus, this is time. This is multiplication. So you are printing the next one 2. So the 2 times 2, 4. Then 4 times 2, 8. Then 8 times 2, 16. So you are printing the multiplication of 2 until the number is not equal, not less than 200. So when it reaches 180 to 128, when you times by 2, it will equal 256, which is not less than 200. So the loop is ended. The loop is ended and not executing the printing or timing of the number, okay, or multiplication of the number. The next slide, the logic operators and relational operators. These are the first table showing you the 6 relational operators, which is equal, not equal, less than, greater than, less than or equal, or greater or equal. And the second table showing you the logic expressions, which and or not. And we have examples for each table. So if it equal, 1 plus 1 equal 2, yes, the result is true. Not equal, 3.2, not equal, yes, true. فعلا. Less than, false. 10 less than 5, false. Greater than 10, greater than 5, true. Less than or equal 162, less than or equal, false, and so on. And so if we see the example of and, 9 not equal 6, true, and 2 less than 3, true. The first condition is true and true, so the result is true. In case of and, true and true equals true, which is the only case which gives true. If the two conditions are true, the and is true. True and false, false. False and true, false. False and false, false. The only one which gives true when true and true. Or 2 equals 3, false. Or minus 1 less than 5, yes, true. So false or true equals a true. And this is the trust table of all. The only case which give false in or, when false or false. Any true will give true. True or true will give true. True or false will give true. False or true will give true. Okay. And the third one and the final one in the logic operators is not, which is the reverse. So not 7 greater than 0. 7 greater than 0 is true. Not true, false. Okay. Okay. Next slide. We have a program to showing you how to use a switch in Python. Switch in Python. So we have a very simple example here for the weekdays. We have week day number 0, lower Sunday, day 1 Monday, 2 and we have created here two things. The first thing is as a function, and we will speak and the functions in the next video or the next learning outcome. So we are starting here by a function. When we create a function, we start with def. So def, and then the name of the function. Def, it's stands for definition. It's keyword in Python. def, then the function name, which is week is the function name, and then the parentheses, اللي هي القوسين, and include the variable or the arguments or variables. So I have only one variable, which is I. It's I. Okay, and then the column نقطتين, and start the function, and the function return a value. So we have a return at the last. This statement اللي هي return. Okay, you see this there, return. Okay, so after we created the function week, we created a dictionary, and as you know, we have the name of the dictionary, which is switcher, and switcher equal curly brackets, and the curly brackets includes the elements of the dictionary, which is its name switcher. So as you know, in dictionary we have pair of things, the key and its value. So the first element of the dictionary الكي 0 والvalue Sunday. وخلي بالك ان في separate between الكي والايه والvalue اللي هي ايه الكولوم. اوكي. So 0 Sunday, 1 Monday, 2 Tuesday, 3 Wednesday, and so on. And then return switcher.get. Get is a method for any dictionary method. We will see in next slide. This the next one. This is the method in dictionary. So we will use the get key. Okay. Let's discuss. Return switcher اللي هو الديكشنري نيم وجيت الاي. طب الاي هيجيبها منين؟ الاي from week I. So when you write week 0, your I equals 0. So get of I here Sunday. If I is not listed as a key in the dictionary, it will return invalid day of week. So if you give him these inputs as week 2, it will return Tuesday. Week 0, it will return Sunday because there is a key of 2, Tuesday. Key of 0, Sunday. But if you write week of 7, invalid day of a week. Why invalid day of a week? Because there is no key 7. Start from 0 to 6. This is the keys. And each key has a value. Okay? And this is the method get for the dictionary switcher. I hope you understand the switch case and its method get. There are many methods for dictionary like keys, values, items. Search it and prepare questions and ask me through WhatsApp or email or offline when you come to school. We have now accepting students in STEM and we have to write this program. I will prepare it in next video. So follow me in next video. Thanks for listening.